what do you think is going on here, Matt? Like, you sort of follow this, like, sort of like, is she like waning? Is her value waning when are they running out of gas with this wokeism stuff?
I don't know. Like, I feel like I thought she'd be waning by now, and I don't think she is super waning.
Well, but
we'll
maybe,
maybe they run out of gas. Who knows?
I promise you, when something that will never happen, I will do this, is the formula here. Listen, when we ultimately get to Fiji for our live Majority Report broadcast, I'm going to promise you this. The guests that we're going to have on there are going to put, like, the Oscars to shame. And the
hotel rooms we'll be staying in will be immaculate. We're putting up every one of you in a private Fiji hotel
When we
suite.
do our Fiji Majority Report live, every one of you is going to be in the presidential Fijian hotel suite. Here is Candace Owens promising what she's going to do when she's president.
If I ever do it, if I ever decide that I am going to run for president, if I ever actually make it all the way.
Clip right there. I mean, do we really need to see any more of that clip? I mean, that is what the.
So the Daily Wire is giving her a daytime talk show format.
Is that what it is?
I mean, that's what it's like. That's like a Wendy Williams crowd. That's like an Ellen DeGeneres crowd.
This is kind of glass houses, Sam, the way you talk about running against Chuck Schumer, but
I guess that's true.
The way we applaud.
It's true. It's true. Also, I love that tight shot. I wonder if there's more than 9 people in that studio.
Yes, very tight shot.
But all right, let's keep playing. Let's start it over again, because that was sort of like almost so shocking that it was like I lost track of.
I mean, and the idea that of all the right-wing pundits, they want to make her the one that runs for president, it's just so cynical. Just because she's a black woman. She is not good at this. She's not a good right-wing pundit. She doesn't have anything new to say, but keep going.
If I ever do it, if I ever decide that I am going to run for president, if I ever actually make it all the way. If I ever actually make it all the way to the White House, I promise you all, I will do everything within my constitutional power to make these people pay. Every politician, every judge, every lying media member who has taken part in the narrative that January 6th was like 9/11. I'm going to make them pay, and I'm going to make them pay for treason. We all know.
Let's just be clear that she does not have, as President Owens, when presumably, like, when she becomes president, she becomes eligible to run and then runs and wins, presumably from like that position, like she's going to run just after she has hosted that show. You cannot charge people for contributing to a narrative as president. I just wanted to make that clear.
That's interesting too.
Unless she has the ability.
I thought they were the free speech people, right? You're going to charge people for claiming something's worse than 9/11.
I would say that precedent might be worrying to people who have been contributing to anti-vax bullshit. But
yeah, it'll be interesting. Well, but when she comes in, she's also going to ride a tide of the plebiscite on the amending the Constitution to give the president powers to charge people with treason who contribute to a narrative she doesn't like.
Man, that's going to be a very fun prison we're all in.
Exactly. In fact,
although
maybe
we didn't say the 9/11 stuff. That was just like corny Democrats.
I think we're going to fall into
look
her
at Emma
trap.
Trying to like build her defense.
Yeah,
Candace, please do not lock us up. Lock us up for all the other things we say.
All right, let's play this. This is great. I expect her next up. We're going to have Ben Shapiro's wife here to show us how to make a great salad dish that you can make at home with chickpeas. Okay.
Yes, a salad dish that distracts from your terrible sex life.
I'm going to make them pay, and I'm going to make them pay for treason. We all know.
$25.
We all know what January 6th was. For the most part, it was a warning shot fired to patriots from the communists that are fighting to take over our country. It was an attempt which involved participation and aggravation.
Pause it. You don't have to take it off the screen. Keep it up on the screen. But it was a warning shot fired to patriots from communists? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Let's go back.
Go back. Because are we supposed to be warned, or did we send the warning shot?
That's a good question.
We all know what January 6th was. For the most part, it was a warning shot fired to patriots from the communists that are fighting to take over our country.
Two patriots
It was
from
an
the
attempt
communists.
which
Okay,
involved
pause it again. I'm sorry.
participation and aggregation.
So she's you can keep it up, Bradley. I think she's trying to build the narrative that there was a false flag.
What? Really?
It was a warning shot from, Tucker Carlson's claiming it's a false flag, but without saying it so much regularly.
FBI incited it or something.
Yeah.
Okay. FBI, the communist communist FBI.
Right,
Okay,
obviously.
I got you. No, that makes more
Woke
sense.
year that
communist
happened. Of course.
intersectional FBI.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Where can I vote for that?
I'm the Fox Mulder of the communist FBI.
Fired to patriots from the communists that are fighting to take over our country. It was an attempt which involved participation and aggravation from the highest levels of the United States government in coordination with big tech and the corporate media to criminalize patriotism, to make patriotism a dirty word, to break the spirit of Americanism.
Wait,
When we think
pause
about
again.
veterans,
I'm sorry.
This is
So to criminalize patriotism and make it a dirty word, so like criminalizing words, that would be wrong, right? Meanwhile, if you compare January 6th to 9/11, I'm going to try you for treason.
There were words she did say that I agree with when it says it's aggravation from the highest levels of government. Yeah, the president saying the election was stolen. That's what
the thing
actually
is, like,
happened.
I'm trying to I am really honestly trying to place myself in the mindset of the people sitting in the audience and trying to figure out if they can understand what she's saying. Like, I can't even
what do they think she wants them to think?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was a warning shot from the communists to the patriots on January 6th because of the aggravation from the highest levels of government. But that's Trump. Why would Trump be...
No, he's not. It's the deep state. They are higher than Trump. Even though I thought Donald Trump was supposed to go in there and fight the
Is that
deep
what she's
state.
saying? Honestly, like...
Yes, that the communist... How are you not following this? The communist FBI and the deep state worked, and big tech all worked together with the people that hate the patriots to stage the false flag January 6th operation in order to take over the country.
Because what you can't say is it was right that those people went and stormed the Capitol because the election was stolen. Which is what she really, that's the message that she's sending there.
But she's got to figure out a little bit. I mean, I like the way that she starts it off by going, we all know what that was. And now I'm going to say something that's almost completely incomprehensible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gibberish. You can't even, I don't care how deep you're in this, you will not be able to follow to what I'm saying. There's just, there's no... I'm not even questioning her theory. I just don't even understand what she's talking about. It's like one of those Escher paintings where it's it just sort of flipping back in. Wait, am I looking at the stairs or no? Wait a second. That doesn't, I can't walk through those.
And everyone in the audience doesn't even know what they're clapping for. They all just have all have long COVID, so they just don't know where they're at.
We should back up a little bit because I appreciate that they include those audience shots because I think it's demystifying a little bit.
Exactly. I also would love to see if they had a slow dolly tracking shot as she's saying that part, just so that we could see the looks, the intensity of how they're trying to figure out, wait, what is she got the aggravator? All right, go ahead. Yeah, put it back. Let's go see them.
We all know what January 6th was. For the most part, it was a warning shot fired to patriots from the communists that are fighting to take over our country. It was an attempt which involved participation and aggravation from the highest levels of the United States government in coordination with big tech and the corporate media to criminalize patriotism, to make patriotism a dirty word, to break the spirit of Americanism. When we think about veterans, we tend to think about the people who fought wars overseas and came home, but the people and the evil ideologies that we have to stand up to today, they're not overseas. They're right here.
We're the
on our
veterans.
soil. Which means that in a way, we all have an opportunity to become a United States veteran.
Oh my
We
God.
achieve that by screaming the truth as loudly and as often as they scream the lie. Ready? I'll go first. January 6th was not an insurrection.
That wasn't a scream.
Yeah.
I
got excited. I thought she was going to
I did
yell.
too. Like, can you get, does that disqualify her from a Purple Heart because she didn't scream it?
Is that what's
I would
going on?
imagine, listen, I wonder if I'm sitting at home and I'm sitting in that audience and I'm like, I'm a veteran. And you're telling me that you get to be a veteran too if you say January 6th was not an insurrection? That's all you got to do? Do you get the VA benefits now for that? Because I probably would have rather not gone over to Iraq or Afghanistan or to Vietnam or to Korea or any of those places to become a veteran if you just get to do it by saying January 6th was not an insurrection.
Yeah.
Looking across Applebee's, like, hey, did you get your discount on that fettuccine Alfredo like I did?
Right, exactly. You're not eligible for that USAA insurance now, are you? Because
I'm going to go straight to Army surplus after this.
I understand what she's saying now. She was saying it was a false flag. Mm-hmm. She was saying that there were elements of the U.S. government that were not Donald Trump who were instigating the attack just to besmirch the word patriots.
But what
they're all dupes.
He's simultaneously the strongest leader on planet Earth and also just like completely unable to stand up to the deep state.
But I don't understand, like, this is the way the logic breaks down. Like, if the election was stolen from Trump, why would it be bad what those people did on January 6th?
No.
That's the point, though. She doesn't.
Well, that's the thing. They have to deny the stolen election, and then they that's the aggravation part.
No, because they want the reason that it was bad, that it was a false flag that the communists staged this January 6th thing, is because they wanted to make
Trump look bad?
the Patriots look bad.
Yeah.
And that like
they didn't stage it. They didn't stage it. They lured those patriots into
like cattle.
It was like a honeypot.
You know that.
It was like a honeypot. And they lured them in and to make them look bad.
Yeah, as if they all thought that
They were actually patriots, but they lured them in to make them look bad.
like cattle at a feedlot.
Forced us to do this. That, like, her, what she gave there was sort of like, did you remember, did you guys ever see Animal House? Did you see that
Yes.
movie? Okay. You remember when Belushi was like, was it over when the Germans attacked Pearl Harbor? And everybody's like, he's on a roll. They had that type of energy where people are just like, yay, we're here. I wonder how many family members are there. I'll tell you, though, you look at that and you really are like, whoa, Candace Owens, this is working. It's like a black exit or whatever it is that they were running on.
Blexit.
The thing is like, I have come across certain people who are like, look, I have this black family member who like is sucked into this. How do I counter that? We've had callers on the show actually about this. So like, I think like that's how I was poo-pooing Candace Owens for like the first 3 or 4 years, but she's actually getting some traction. And I mean, not that audience shows that in any way at all.
Right. I think that is true. I mean, it's sort of inevitable, isn't it, on some level?
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine, it's inevitable. I mean, you're gonna...
People want somebody to zag.
I mean, I would imagine even Ben Shapiro probably has some salience with...
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
We all know what January 6th was. For the most part, it was a warning shot fired.